Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome everyone to Revolution NJ. Uh, please stay tuned. We will be starting momentarily. We are waiting for all of our participants to sign on. And we have a great crowd with us today who are very interested in this subject because it is about our history and the history of our great state. I'm going to get started now. I'm Melanie Willoughby, and I'm the Executive Director of the New Jersey Business Action Center, which is bringing you this great webinar today. This is a webinar in which we are partnering with Revolution NJ and the New Jersey Historical Commission. We believe that it is very important for our businesses to be able to take advantage of all that the Revolution NJ has to offer for businesses to be able to partner together to bring the historical opportunities that are going to be available to their businesses and to their patrons in the state of New Jersey. We are the Business Action Center, and our whole purpose is to help businesses in the state be able to thrive and grow and prosper. And we do that in so many different ways. One of the ways that we do it is by helping businesses to know about the financing opportunities that are available to them. We also help them with cutting through the bureaucratic red tape. We also help them with the permitting process. We also help them with finding locations for their businesses and to expand. We also help businesses with being able to understand what New Jersey has to offer that is going to be able to help them in making their businesses successful. And that's one of the reasons that we provided you today this webinar, because Revolution NJ is all about engaging the past, shaping the future, and helping to shape the future of your business as it relates to the revolution which shaped the state of New Jersey. And I have a number of guests with me today who are absolutely the experts and who are going to be able to provide to you what you need to know in order to help your business partner with Revolution NJ. And today we have Carrie Fellows, who is the Executive Director of the Crossroads of the American Revolution National Heritage Area. We have Lawrence Schmidt. He is the Chief Development Officer of Crossroads of the American Revolution and Revolution NJ. And Sarah Curtin, who's the Executive Director of the New Jersey Historical Commission. And we have a great slideshow presentation for you. And then there will be questions at the end. So if you can keep your questions to the end, and we'll have an opportunity to answer all of your questions. And you can do that by putting it in the chat. And we will be monitoring the chat. And in the meantime, if you can keep everything on silent, that would be great. So I'd like to start with Carrie, who is going to do our main presentation today. Carrie.
Thank you so much, Melanie. It's a pleasure to be here today. So we've got Larry advancing the slides. So Larry, if you can go ahead and move to the next. What is Revolution NJ? So that is the big question. Revolution NJ is a public-private partnership. Larry, if you can go to the next, please. Thank you. And it just this shows the way we've divided the duties that fall within RevolutionNJ, which was created by state legislation in 2019. Understanding that government and not-for-profit agencies have different strengths and abilities. This is how we've set up who does what with the initiative between the two partner organizations. And I want to just say real quickly that New Jersey was one of the earliest states to organize its what for many other states is a commission. We felt that it would move more quickly if the state used two existing organizations, which is why it set up a public-private partnership with the New Jersey Historical Commission. Sarah is my colleague, and she's on the call, and she oversees these items, and Crossroads oversees the ones on the right-hand side of your screen. Next, please, Larry. Why is this important to New Jersey? Because we're literally the center of the American Revolution. George Washington spent a quarter of his time here living and fighting in New Jersey as the armies went back and forth across the state. Historians have verified more than 600 acts of war in New Jersey, more than in any other state. And we have more than 150 Revolutionary War sites, including the first National Historical Park in Morristown. And at the heart of it, we have Center, which Trenton, the epicenter of the 10 Crucial Days campaign. Next, please. Strategically located in the middle of the Atlantic seaboard, between New York and Philadelphia, New Jersey witnessed more conflict over a longer period than any other colony, which is why many historians refer to it as the crossroads of the American Revolution. We had a diverse population. We have Washington's crossing of the Delaware. The longest, hottest battle of the Revolution was at Monmouth. And Morristown, as I just mentioned, is our first National Historic Park. And we have the only remaining extant New Jersey governor's mansion in Perth Amboy. There are reproductions of some of the other ones, but this is the only original one. Next, please. A main goal of the RevolutionNJ initiative, which is right in Crossroads' wheelhouse, is to promote heritage tourism in and to New Jersey to increase its positive impact on economic and community development. The beige caption sites in this slide are state-owned and received some of the state's $25 million in ARP funding for visitor readiness capital projects. And the stories these sites tell address another strategic goal, which is to share our diverse and inclusive stories of New Jersey's past and include all New Jerseyans in the commemoration and celebrations around the 250th. Next, please, Larry. RevolutionNJ represents New Jersey at national convenings and coordinates with America 250 or A250, which is the U.S. Semi-Quincentennial Commission. And in January, we were delighted to be able to bring them to Princeton for their quarterly meeting. And we are just a little blow our own horn here. We're the only state commission organization that has invited to present to the U.S. Semi-Quincentennial twice. We also came down in 2023 and presented in Washington, D.C., Sarah and I each on the different aspects of the initiative to share with them what we're doing, because we've been recognized as one of the leaders among the state commissions in 250 planning. All right, so what does this mean for New Jersey? Heritage tourism, that is a big 250th opportunity. Our challenge is that our heritage tourism rate is less than half the national average. We have a lot of catching up to do on this. We have no central hub for tourism like Philadelphia or Boston, and our historic sites are dispersed. There's no central arrival point from which to direct tourists outwards, and is one of the few states without a state visitor center. So how do we deal with this? Next, please, Larry. This is what our 250th is going to look like. It's already looking like this year. We're right in the homecoming 250 with the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps anniversary right now in Philadelphia. And in 2026, we'll have lots of county, local, and statewide programs with the World Cup finals and Sailforth 250 coming to the New York Harbor. And then in December 2026, all the events around Patriots Week in Trenton and Princeton and the 10 Crucial Days. All of these are huge opportunities to increase heritage tourism and the revenue it brings to New Jersey. Is your business sponsoring the New York, New Jersey World Cup? We will have a presence at the 45-day FIFA Fan Festival at Liberty State Park and have opportunities for additional sponsorship. Plans include a concert featuring New Jersey artists and a history fair showcasing our state's historic sites, hopefully July 2nd or 3rd, pending that FIFA final match schedule, which we'll hopefully learn in December. Next, Larry. This is a snapshot of what we're doing. We're not currently presenting reenactments, but we're working closely with the State Parks Office of Historic Sites, local historic sites, and living history collectives to create enhanced living history programs for the public during the semi-quin. We have a statewide calendar on our website, and you can see more on our website about our work with communities, schools, and DMOs, and promoting all of the things that are going on around the state. Our marketing strategy slide, we have a big effort to publicize the events and programs of our proud partners and communities. Larry, if you can forward that, which is 75% of our energy with our marketing. And our RevolutionNJ produced internal programs, we're using 25% of our funding. So more in our marketing about you and your programs and less about us, because it's really all of our partners who are doing the big lifts for programming all around the state. Next, please. Perhaps this last summer, you saw our Visit RevolutionNJ campaign that we worked with Travel and Tourism. There were a lot of billboards around the state, so you might have seen this or some of our wrapped cars. And we're going to be working with a new agency this year, Aloysius Butler & Clark. They're preparing creatives for us. And we hope a new campaign will kick off in December. Couple things we had this year I wanted to highlight. Our Ken Burns event at NJBAC was last month. It was a fantastic event, huge feather in our cap. And we had over 1,600 students attending free of charge. We filled the house and we had so many things going on at that site. Larry, if you can forward one more to Ken Burns. Thank you. There we go. So we had a lot going on that day, workshops for teachers and students, a lunch and fundraiser, a film preview for the American Revolution, which is coming out on next month, and then a panel session. And it was just a great day all around. Next, please. The RevolutionNJ Race Series is something that we're doing all around historic sites around the state. It's been a really fun way to get the active recreation community more engaged with our beautiful historic sites because they often use the trails, but don't always know about the site's significance where they're running. And we want them to come back and take part in their programs. Tavern Talks is another award-winning program, features costume interpreters and New Jersey's amazing small breweries. And if you attend one of those, you can learn more about how the question of independence affected people of various social and economic statuses. And at the end, you decide which side you would take if you were living in this time. This program is so popular, it is booked almost solid for all of 2026 with breweries, so we're excited to take part. We do have opportunities potentially for sponsorship for this program. We'll talk a little bit more about those opportunities later on. Next, please, Larry. The Liberty Trail NJ app, this is developed in collaboration with the American Battlefield Trust. We have a number of tour modules. The American Battlefield Trust not only preserving historic battlefields, but also promoting them. So Liberty Trail is something that they're doing for primarily the first 13 colonies. I think we were the second or third state that jumped on board this app, and they've added all of these tour modules already. There's tons of content in here. It's a 3-phase project to provide heritage tours of New Jersey's most significant and visitor-ready RevWar sites with links to other locations of interest in the vicinity of the destination sites. And ABT has opportunities for marketing local businesses in the app, restaurants, hotels, shops, you name it, within the app. So DMOs take notice and businesses let us know if we can help connect you to give you some traction. Next, please. To help promote the app, ABT has created Historically Correct, which is a super fun video series. Nicholas Ferroni is the host. He is a New Jersey history teacher. He is engaging and has a really cute sense of humor. And he engages just regular people in these parks that he's visiting to ask them some quick questions and get them more excited about what they're seeing. Really, really fun. Okay, public outreach and partnership. We started our Proud Partner program 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 3 years ago now. And it's a free and easy way for organizations and businesses to get involved. Once you're involved and have become a proud partner, it's a one-page application. It's super easy. You might want to get involved a little bit more. We are here. We have opportunities to share with you about areas where you can help us move this forward, get the word out to the public, and also help us do some things that we are lacking funding for. But definitely think about becoming a proud partner. Like I said, one-page application, really easy, and it gives you a listing on our website. So it doesn't cost anything. We review it annually, making sure that everybody's still doing, still in business, still doing RevNJ promotion. And that's all it is, really, is helping us to get the word out to constituents around the state. There's also a community program, which we target for municipalities and counties. We're trying to reach all of those too before the end of next year, ideally by the end of this year. And then we also launched our RevolutionNJ school program this year, and that has been gangbusters. If anyone has questions about that, that is Sarah's program, so she can talk to you more about that. But this is a way to reach as many people as possible around the state. Okay, so say you become a proud partner, and now next, what is next? We've got a lot of online resources, including a bunch of webinars that we did early on, just kind of start everybody off on the same page. So there's lectures and webinars. We also have strategic and interpretive frameworks, which include our themes that we're working around for programmatic use for us and our partners. And also a handbook, which is really simple ideas for local organizations, businesses, communities to implement, to do something in their community, right? And there's also, if you really want to do a deep dive, there's some foundational studies and reports that we undertook even before we became RevolutionNJ officially. Okay, and just one of the ideas in the handbook is thinking about legacy pieces, right? For the bicentennial, a lot of businesses partnered with communities to do long-lasting projects, and this is one of the areas that the handbook addresses. Is what is the legacy project in your community, and what gaps does your community have, and how might you help? So that's just a sort of a background thing that you can take a look at and see if there are ways that you could fit in. Okay, Larry, our next step. So next, become a proud partner. It's free. Contact Larry Schmidt about branding opportunities, visibility opportunities, and recognition that's available to our partners and sponsors. If you become a RevNJ Proud Partner, you can use our Proud Partner logo on all your collateral. It will give you a window cling to put on your door or at your front desk. Help promote your local county and municipality in your collateral. Many of our counties and municipalities have formed their own 250 organizations. They work through us, and they are also getting the word out to support their local activities. You can follow us on social media if you're doing something that relates to the American Revolution as a commemorative or a celebratory program. We will post that on our social media. You can also log into our website and click on our newsletter link. It will add you to our mailing list, and that way you'll remember what we're doing. We'll give you updates on what's happening. We have quarterly meetings that you can hop on. They're usually at lunchtime because we figure it's an easy way for people to get involved. And then share with us things you want us to post on our calendar. And remember that this is a long-lasting initiative. One of my favorite things to say is a revolution declared is not a revolution achieved. We did not have really a completed revolution until 1783. So our programming and our initiative goes all the way through 2033. There's time. There's time for the Battle of Monmouth, which is in a couple more years. There's time for things in Kingston, which is towards the end of the war period. Okay, next, Larry. We also have a capital campaign, and our campaign council has stated that we have 100% philanthropic potential for success. We've got a list of businesses and civic and planning leaders throughout the state. Governor Kane, former Governor Kane, agreed to let us use his name as an honorary campaign chair. But we need leaders to help us create a strong campaign cabinet. Peer-to-peer fundraising is the best kind of fundraising and the most successful. And happy birthday, America. Because this isn't just programs, this is also about having fun. This only happens once every 50 years. And our last slide is our contact information and our social media handles and our LinkedIn account and Sarah's contact information and my contact information. All right.
Sorry about that. I was muted. Thank you so much, Carrie. I really, really appreciate your presentation. It really gave businesses an opportunity to see the ways that they will be able to partner with RevolutionNJ. I'd like to ask if Lawrence or if Sarah at this time have any words that they would like to share with our audience today.
Thank you so much, Melanie. I just wanted to add that as Carrie has emphasized, our goal is to get every New Jerseyan engaged in this anniversary. And that's why, as you can see in our strategy, we are both reaching out to communities, to businesses, nonprofits, but also to the schools, because we really want to create a full state experience. So, and with that comes tremendous opportunities, I think, for New Jersey's businesses, because they're going to create great opportunities to partner with different groups in your community.
Thank you, Sarah. Lawrence, would you like to add a few words?
Just a few things. First of all, I want to emphasize and echo what Sarah just said about the power of the network that exists. So if you're not aware of things that are going on in your own community, reach out. Maybe nothing's been done yet, or there's only been a little bit of talk. You could be the catalyst to help get something going in your community. Ultimately, by promoting tourism, by taking advantage of the historic resources that are in your community, whether they date back to the American Revolution or are more recent and are essentially products of the American Revolution of a later time frame, you have the opportunity to help build community redevelopment or opportunities for economic growth. So that as people come in and see more and more that's going on in New Jersey, they will see New Jersey as a place to come and visit. That it's not just about the beaches and the shore, but that there are plenty of other opportunities for people to enjoy what we have to offer and give them a true, wonderful New Jersey experience that's focused around our history and the many contributions we've made to our nation. So you could be that catalyst to help engage. If not, at least find out what's going on your county level, if nothing's going on in your local community. And by working together, perhaps you will be in a position where you could offer discounts on certain days. If you know that there's an event going on, there's the opportunity perhaps to offer, as I say, a small discount or do something that's going to help draw people in, whether you've got a retail shop or a restaurant or some sort of eatery or something like that. There are all those opportunities. Putting together even packages for tourism potential is a really great thing. We've recently had a meeting with Airbnb, and they're looking for opportunities to work and partner with us. And there are opportunities, we think, to help expand some of those things above and beyond what our hotels and motels are able to provide. When we look at the numbers that are projected for FIFA World Cup in New York and New Jersey, and not just in the northern end of the state, but we're also talking about down in the southern end of the state around Philadelphia. There are lots and lots of opportunities, I think, for us to take advantage of the influx of visitors that will be coming in, both from international origins and as well as in domestic. And at the same time, we have all of this going on with the nation's 250th. So lots and lots of different opportunities. And if you're curious about anything that we talked about specifically, supporting perhaps some of our programs or trying to find out more, the handbook is on our resource page on our website. We're happy to talk with you and try to help you explore a little bit more about how you could be more directly involved and perhaps not only play a role, but benefit from the cooperation and network.
You're absolutely right, because there are so many history buffs out there, and you want to engage them. They are interested in finding out more about their state. And when you think about when Washington crossed the Delaware, how many people come out in the cold of the winter just to watch the crossing of Washington crossing the Delaware when they reenact that. And that is so very, very important, I think, for people to see when those events are, and then latch on and sponsor events at their own restaurants or at their own retail establishments about how they can make it a family affair. So I think that's very, very important for a lot of businesses to understand that this is a great tourism opportunity for them. And so I'm looking to see if we have anything in the chat, if there are any questions. I don't see anything in the chat.
Melanie, there is one in the Q&A. Yeah, there's a question in the Q&A.
We have a question. Terry has raised her hand. If you'd like to ask your question, Terry. Okay, Terry. You're on silent, okay.
I was just wondering, will you also kind of review of how we get access? I'm from Mount Holly, and the county and our Main Street Mount Holly is joining together, and a lot of our other history groups, into doing a celebration around Flag Day for Burlington County. And I was wondering, is there a point of contact for and funding for like tourism to kind of draw that for us, or is it just all of our networking at this point?
I think if you're interested in the app, I would be happy to put you in contact with American Battlefield Trust, who has put that together for us. We entered into a contract with them to create this for us because we wanted an app, and they were working on an app for multiple states, and we thought this would be the best way to do that. They're absolutely looking for local partners to be able to plug into the locations. The app is live. There's a lot on it. And what it does when you have it on your phone is it will point you to local attractions, whether, the restaurants or hotels or shopping opportunities, just like any other app will. That's how they pay for themselves. But if you're at, say, Monmouth Battlefield, or if you're down at one of the shore locations, visiting the historic, the HMS Blue Mountain Valley site, or even if you're up north at Fort Lee, Google, unless you have it turned off, will know where you are and can give you recommendations. And those recommendations for local businesses is where we can help connect you with ABT if you want to learn more about how to get your business listed on that, if you're a restaurant or a hotel or a retail establishment.
Thank you.
Terry, let me chime in too for Terry. Terry, you were asking about funding as well to support some of your activities in Mount Holly. Is that right?
Yes, well, mainly because of being the county seat, and we have a hotel at exit 5. We're like 3 miles, and we have the Juneteenth big celebration, the Flag Day, and the county celebration, as well as possibly the Rev New Jersey art traveling exhibit. And we really
Yay.
want to market on the, yeah, I'm very excited. We really want to market on this to kind of, and maybe help guide us into making the connections to getting on the various sites. Or, and like I said, looking at that app, I'll look into that one later because that is a good idea. But we're also possibly looking at, there's always funding needs with advertising or whatever. So I just thought if it's out there, if it's free, I'll apply.
Absolutely. Well, I just wanted to mention that I believe Travel and Tourism does have a cooperative marketing grant program, and that might be something you could look into as a potential opportunity. And thank you. I was going to mention the traveling exhibit because just to kind of draw a finer point on it, our goal at RevolutionNJ is both to promote what you are doing at the local level, because again, that statewide engagement, we're really pushing for that, but also to create this series of programs that we've just scooted over this afternoon that you can bring to your own community, and the traveling exhibition is one of them. I will give, if I may, let me give you a sneak peek. Would you like a sneak peek of our traveling exhibition?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And while Sarah's pulling that up, the great thing about this exhibition is it's almost fully booked.
Yeah.
But we need more copies.
Yeah. So
that's another really good sponsorship opportunity if someone is looking to get their branding out there. It would not be a big lift. These are not super expensive to produce.
So we're really excited. I hope you're able to see that. Have I got the right screen up there, Carrie?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
It's
So
just small.
It's just small because, we
Yeah,
have to
that's
leave
okay.
us a little mystery for you. But these are, just a sneak peek at some of the panels that are part of our traveling exhibition. You can bring this to your community too. It could come to your business, could come to your community hall, your town library for free. And we also have accompanying materials that give ideas for activities and, things that you can do related to it with groups of all ages. So we're super excited about it. There's just a little taste of our traveling exhibition. And if you haven't signed up to, this is something, again, networking with your community, such as in Holly, I'm glad you've already hopped on board. Be a great tool for you to add to your community-wide celebration to draw more visitors in. So, but again, as we've already covered, the Tavern Talks, another program you could bring to your community, and then schools all over New Jersey are engaging in our programs. So that's another great opportunity for businesses. If you're designing an event, reach out to the local school, invite students in to share the projects that they've conducted. All of the projects that are that will be done through our Revolutionary Schools program called History Happened Here are focused on local history. So students are actually going to be studying the history of their own communities and creating projects about that. What a great opportunity to invite students into your business for an event and showcase the great work that they've done.
Thank you, Sarah. Another question is, do you have opportunities for local artists to partner?
I think the answer is yes. And
Yes.
it's going to be, I think what we want to, and we're happy to assist with this, probably with the commissioner in a better position to do that. We have activated all the counties, and each and every one of our 21 counties has a local arts program, which is very, very active. And I think that's going to be the best partnership opportunity for local artists to get engaged. So Carrie is a former county cultural and heritage leader. Would you agree? I think probably that's one of the great connections we can help you make. If you aren't connected to your county local arts program, we can help you make that connection.
That would be great, Sarah. Rob Wells says that Burlington County has bi-monthly calls to prep for 250 and FIFA, and also partners with Visit South Jersey. So they obviously are very active already.
Yay.
Yay.
As a Burlington County resident, I applaud you.
So I have someone who basically is saying she lives in New Jersey and works in Bucks in a heritage venue. Who is best to connect with to discuss a collaboration? Also, is there a link to your site preferred way for me to refer my guests to you? I have sites to see page on my website. So,
Well, yay.
yay.
Great. I
Okay.
think you could reach out to any of us, and we had, are we going to make the slideshow available to registrants today?
Yes,
So
we're going
you
to
have,
actually make the slideshow available to all registrants as well as to everyone who registered who didn't participate today,
perfect.
so that it will go out to everyone.
And there's our contact information is there on that final slide that Carrie showed you. We'd be delighted to, I think the best thing would be to have a conversation about, we are so excited to collaborate. So yes, we'd love to collaborate with you, and certainly RevolutionNJ.org is our website, but please give us a shout and let's talk further about how we can, partner.
Well, that's great, Sarah. So we have 3 people who are really great at going to be who you're going to want to connect with. And that is Lawrence and Sarah and Carrie, who all are going to be able to help you with being able to make your partnership worthwhile for you. And do we have any other questions?
Melanie, if I could just sort of circle back on something here too. In the presentation that Carrie made, she talked about those legacy items. Those how are we changing our communities? Why is this an important moment for us to observe? And what are we leaving as a legacy of this as we go forward? So to the question about artists, a lot of times art has been an expression of that and a lasting legacy. So there are opportunities, I think, for communities to create artwork and sometimes involve the community as well as local artists who are the visionaries for these things. And so as far as the funding is concerned, there's the Arts Council, there are the County Cultural and Heritage Commission grants and things of that nature. But there may be some other opportunities to explore there that would be part of the inspiration for what you could do. It might be an expansion or improvement to a historic site or a park, or as I say, some sort of lasting artwork that is present in some of those public places. So there are lots of different things that could be done. And I think, the more that the communities think about what does this moment mean for us, and what is it that we want to leave for, what kinds of messages really do we want to leave for people of the future? There are wonderful opportunities to explore there as well. The other thing I would just touch on with Terry's comments about Mount Holly, I was just at a meeting last week with folks from Burlington, and both Burlington City and Burlington Township. And the fact of the matter is you've got your county connections. There are opportunities, I think, also for municipalities to perhaps work together. I know you've got the mill race shops and a bunch of other things there in Mount Holly. When you have that kind of nice cluster of retail spaces and restaurants and things like that in your community, find ways to raise them up, make them more visible, and to work together on these kinds of initiatives. Because again, those are just opportunities for more business growth and tourism.
Thank you, Lawrence. Do we have any other questions?
Melanie, I'm seeing a question which I can't answer. Are organizations able to create a backlink to your website? And I have to admit, I don't know what is meant by a backlink. I'm hoping one of my colleagues does.
I guess it means, are they able to connect to your website?
I think you can certainly share the link to your website on on your website. We would love that.
Right. Yeah. And if you become a proud partner, you'll be listed on our website and you'll get a link on the website. So that's, so that is a huge
Is that a
advantage of
backlink?
being a proud partner is
Right.
you get a link.
Yeah.
That's right. And it's a clickable link, right?
It is.
So that they can click through when they're going to visit the Battle of Monmouth and they see you're in Monmouth County, that they'll come by and visit you.
Right.
So that's the reason that you want to be a proud partner for
Yep.
all of those opportunities that are
And also
to you.
Yeah, and also the proud partners will get preference in our calendar postings and our social media postings. We will post things that are not partner events if they're really pertinent to the 250th, but we obviously will give our proud partners and our state partners an advantage.
And
That's
Carrie,
wonderful.
there's a question too about historic Newbridge Landing, not yet listed on the app, and the app is not finished, right, Carrie?
The app's not finished. Yeah, the app is not finished. Fort Lee and Newbridge are Fort Lee's already on there. I don't think Newbridge is yet, but they're still working on it. So it will be up there.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it an evolving app that
It is. Yeah.
it's never going to be finished because it's just like all the battles it's never going to be done. It's just going to keep evolving.
There's the great thing about the online things is that you can update them as needed. Research changes and we learn more things, and we can change what it says on the app.
Exactly. So let's see if there's any other questions. So it's easy to add a hyperlink. If someone needs help doing so, the local library computer expert may be able to help. Yes, the libraries are very resourceful and they're there for small businesses all the time to help them with all their questions, as well as helping them with their hyperlinks. So that would be great. All right. Anybody have any other questions? If not, I'm going to thank our panelists and thank them for all the hard work that they're doing in order to make us proud of our heritage and our RevolutionNJ. And I want to thank them for their presentations today. And I hope that they have a great rest of the day and a great rest of the day to everyone else. And you will be getting the presentation. So you'll have all the contact information. And then, of course, if you have any questions, you can always call the Business Action Center and we can direct you. And we have a really easy number to remember, and that's 1-800-JERSEY-7. So if you need any help at all with your business in New Jersey, you just call the Business Action Center at 1-800-JERSEY-7. So thank you so very, very much today, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you,
Thanks
Melanie.
so much for